And I think we're running. So, welcome to Ladies of Lanai. It's Christine here. Tina is off on assignment somewhere else, but I'm here with once again with my friend Terri Pelant, and we're going to do one of everyone's favorite segments, which is called Ask a Villager. So, Terri, if it's okay with you, we're going to ask. You're going to pick your brain on your opinion on some things.
Ask away, Christine.
All right, great. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your name again, and your marital status.
Yep. Very good. My name is Terri Pelant, and we moved from Minnesota. My husband's job went remote, and we were able to move earlier than we planned, and so he's still working full time. I was a school nurse, and I decided not to go back as a school nurse.
Okay.
So, yep, married with 4 beautiful children and 2 grandkids.
Oh, fabulous!
Yes,
fabulous. Okay, thank you. So, what village do you live in?
Lake Denham.
Okay, great. And where did you live right before you came here to the Villages?
Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
Yep. This is our first house in the Villages. I know a lot of people have several.
Yeah, that's a question I'm going to ask you later.
Yeah.
Minneapolis. So I got to ask you: are you a WNBA fan? Are you watching the Lynx? No. Okay.
My husband does.
Okay. All right. So how did you first find out about the Villages?
A funny story. We have some friends who live here, and they moved here because her parents had been down here for about 20 years. So they were very familiar with it. So they came down, and we kind of followed their little social media posts about it stuff. But we were on a cruise in Alaska, and my husband started talking to a gentleman who lived down here in the Villages. And my husband came back and said, I want to go check out the Villages.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
And so how did you check it out? What made you decide?
We rented a house for a couple of weeks and came down and had the golf cart and just fully immersed ourselves in the experience and absolutely loved it. And my husband stopped at every golf course and said, I want to live here.
Oh,
And it was all for him. It was all about the golf courses. I actually wanted to be a little bit more closer to the water, but he wanted the golf courses, and I let him pick.
So when you say close to the water, do you mean close to the ocean?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I did. But now after this last hurricane, maybe not such a bad thing. That we're inside.
We just went through 2 hurricanes,
and
we fared pretty well.
We did, for sure.
For
sure.
Yeah. So if you were to do it again, would you move to the same village, or now that you see different things, now that you've been here, would you choose something different?
Well, we did build our house, and at the time, and there were we built many homes in our lives, and my husband and I, it's kind of a hobby of mine. Wow. And so I really wanted black windows, and they said I couldn't have black windows, and now they have them over at Eastport, so it makes me a little bit sad, but I absolutely love where I live. Yeah. I love my view. I love my house, how it turned out. I love my neighbors. My community has been just fabulous, and I couldn't ask for a better life.
Fabulous. Okay. Do you consider yourself, and if you don't know any of these terms, just ask me, a snowbird, a snowflake, or a frog? Or something else?
Well, I don't know. This is my only home. So how's that for an answer?
So you live here full time.
I live here full time.
Do you consider yourself a frog, which is someone who's here till they croak? Or maybe not?
I think we're going to go with that. Yes, we are a frog then. Yes. We are planning.
She's in.
Hook, line, and sinker. I drank the Kool-Aid.
And before you actually did refer to, I'm going to ask you the retired or working question. And you said you're fully retired.
Yep.
And your husband
works full time.
Full time.
Yep. So one of the bedrooms is set up as his office, and he loves it. He goes to work in his PJs with his cup of coffee every morning.
Fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Can I ask what's your favorite venue for live music and dancing? And do you guys like to dance?
I love to dance. My husband does not, but luckily I have an amazing group of girlfriends who also like to dance.
All right.
So I would say Brownwood's probably our favorite venue that we go to the most. Sawgrass, because of the location, is closer, but we like the variety of the dining options up at Brownwood. So a lot of times we just look at the calendar and let that pick us where we're going.
Yeah. So good. And do you have a favorite band or something?
Well, Relic for sure.
Oh wow, popular choice.
Popular choice.
Yeah, good old fashioned rock and roll.
I know. Yep, the classics. We love it. Yeah.
All right. And what about pizza? Do you have a pizza place in or around the Villages?
Paisanos.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. We keep hearing that one. Boy.
Yeah, it's delicious. We love it. Yeah.
And what about if you like to splurge? If you're going out fancy dinner, your birthday, anniversary, where would you go?
Probably bluefin.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love seafood. So if it's my birthday and I get to pick bluefin,
All
my
right.
husband probably would pick prima because he wants a steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prima for steak.
Yeah.
Not the chop house or.
We like it, but it's just a little further.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Do you ever have a breakfast or brunch place that you might recommend?
We go to brunch at Prima actually because,
Oh.
and the reason we do that is on Saturdays, they have an amazing singer and her name is Carmen, and she is just so entertaining. So that's our hands down favorite place to go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard of that
Yeah.
yet. That's
Yeah.
great.
If you ever get a chance, go listen to her. But she is
Sunday.
Saturdays,
Saturday
12 to
brunch.
3.
12 to 3 at Prima.
Most Saturdays,
Okay.
yeah.
Check the website.
But they have check the website.
All right. And what about airport transportation? What's your favorite mode?
We actually drive most time, depending on how long we're going to be gone. Most of the time, we just drive down and park.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually go to the one that's got a nice little shuttle that picks you up right at your car, takes you to the airport, and then brings you right back.
And it's pretty quick.
It's very quick. You don't have to
worry about it.
Yep. Yeah, we did find another private driver that we used when we were gone for an extended period of time. That was pretty reasonable and worked out well for us as well. So we've used 2 different.
That's a good thought. If you're going
Yeah.
to be a long time, it's better to get a private driver.
Yeah. Just break it down by price.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a favorite pool and or golf course?
Well, I own my own pool, so that's my favorite pool.
I don't blame you.
Yes. So, only when we were living in our temporary housing for a month did we ever go to the Franklin pool. It's the only time I've ever been there. And golf course, that one you'd have to ask my husband. I've been to the Mickey Lee Pitch and Putt once.
How do you like it?
It was super fun.
Yeah.
I like it because I like things that go faster.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't have to commit 5 hours to golf.
Yeah, so 5 hours,
or
45 minutes.
Yeah. So it was really fun.
Good.
Yep.
Good. So you're able to play even though you're not a good golfer.
Right.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
yeah, it was fun.
Do you have a favorite activity?
Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Hey, lots and lots of pickleball.
Do you?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Good, lovely group of ladies that we all get together and play. And it's basically how I've met most of my friends.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you belong to any clubs at all, like Minnesota Club or Nurses Club or anything like that?
Yeah, really. I mean, I guess, well, I shouldn't say that. A book club, game night that I do once a month with girls, and then book club once a month. That kind of stuff I do. But
And your advice for golf cart, gas or electric?
Well, gas only because I've rented an electric car once, and it just scared me all the time that I was going to run out of power.
Yeah.
So, and I know you can't charge it here. However, I do have a couple of friends that have electric and have had no problems. So, but we have gas.
Yeah. And do you have a favorite beach? You mentioned earlier that you like being near the water, so
Yeah.
I'm anticipating that you will be able to tell me your favorite beach that you can drive to from the Villages.
Well, I do love John's Pass area, so Clearwater Beach, because I really like that I just like that little vibe of the whole, beach town. One of the most more fun beaches though that I've been to for relaxation is if you go to the Caladesi State Park. It's a private, or it's not private, it's a state park. So you pay, but you have to take a ferry over to the beach, and it's pristine. There's no buildings on it.
Is that on the West Coast as well?
Correct. Yep.
And so where do you drive to get that?
I think the town, and I might not be pronouncing it right, but it's called Dunedin. Yeah. So it's right there. And so, yes, and the state park is beautiful, fabulous shelling, by the way. If you're a big sheller, go to this beach because because it's not as populated as the big beaches. When we were there, manatee swam up to us, and so the sea life was beautiful. The beach is gorgeous. So little slice of heaven there, not too far from us.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
My girls are coming Sunday and they want to go to the beach, so I'll get some information from you about that before we leave.
Fun.
And if you've had visitors come, what's your favorite place to take them?
We kind of like to try to show them a little bit of everything. The one thing that all of our visitors say that have been here is you tried to describe this place to us and we couldn't understand what it was all about until we got down here. And many of them are coming back because they enjoyed it so much. I love to take them to Fenny because it's just so pretty out there, you know. I love to go to Lake Sumter for the view. We're from the north, so we're used to a lot of lakes. So the northern people generally really like that. Brownwood, again, because of the proximity and the restaurants we like there. So those are kind of our favorite places we go.
Yeah.
We usually stay in the bubble. We don't usually go too far out of the bubble.
Now, do you rent a cart so that you can all go to places in the golf cart, or do you drive?
We take the golf cart.
Yeah. So they get that aforementioned. You don't get it until you're here and you've actually been driving around the golf cart. What I tell people is, you could drive anywhere in a golf cart, even the doctors, and they're like, yeah, so.
Yeah.
And then they get here and you go food shopping in your golf cart and they're like, wow.
And once you've done
it, fun.
You just don't even want to bring your car out anymore.
No, it's funny, isn't it? And speaking of friends and family, what did your friends and family first say when you told them we're moving to the Villages?
Our friends were all very supportive of it. Our kids, particularly my oldest one, made a comment, very supportive. However, when it came time for us to leave, his reaction was, I don't need you all the time, Mom, but I like the security of knowing that you're there.
Oh,
I get that. Sorry, honey, but still love you. So come see us. And he comes to visit a lot. So it's all good.
For me, I had a hard time separating from my 3 girls.
Yeah.
And we made a deal. And the deal was that I could go back whenever I want, within reason. It's not like every weekend, right?
Right.
But every 6 weeks or so, I need to meet my kids.
Yes. We have been down here exactly 1 year now. And I do believe we just took our 6th trip back to Minnesota. So we had to go back for a family wedding,
You're going back anyway.
You got to go back.
And so sometimes when you're right with them, you don't see them that often anyway. They're too busy.
They got their own lives.
Yeah,
and I'm fine.
They make time for you now.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the best kept secret about the Villages?
Probably that we are not all swingers.
Everyone thinks that
everybody thinks the Villages is this big crazy group of swingers, but I haven't met one yet.
No, and I'll quote my friend Melinda, who says she hasn't had the pleasure of saying no.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I'm offended. No one's asked me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so that's a secret.
That's a secret. That's a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
All right. So on the other hand, what is your best advice for making friends? So you're coming here from Minnesota or wherever you're coming from, and you don't know anyone. How do you make friends?
We'll have to say that the best part about living here is for us, and most people is we're all brand new here, so we're all looking for our new friend circle, to do stuff with and stuff. Once you kind of fall into where your interests lie, that's where you really meet the people that you spend a lot of time with. Mm-hmm. For us. That seems to have worked out.
And is there anything that you learned how to do after you moved here that you didn't do back in Minnesota?
Pickleball. No pickleball in Minnesota. It's too cold most of the time. Well, there is, but most of them are indoor, and there are some outdoor ones now too, because it's popping up everywhere. But I showed up on day 1 over at Franklin with a paddle and
day 1?
Day 1 that we opened a little group over there. So, but I had never played before. I didn't know the rules or anything, and everybody was very welcoming. And here I am now. I play.
Oh, fabulous!
Multiple times a week.
All right. So complete this sentence. You'll never believe it, but before I moved here, I
was a nurse.
You were a nurse? I believe you. I know you were a nurse. It's okay. Yeah. If I got a weird rash, I can come over and say, Terri, what's this?
Happens all the time.
Thank you. All right. And just 2 more questions.
All right.
You really wish the Villages had
black windows.
Black windows.
Well, they now do over in Eastport, but I'm not moving. I love my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can't paint them black. Probably not.
Well, I might do a little research on that. I'll get back to you.
All right. And I think Eastport will be
super fun because it's going to be nice and close to us. Yeah. And I think with all the water over there, again, pulls me back up into my views of the north where we have so many lakes. We're used to a lot of water.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're going to have a blast there.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
Yeah. Yep. I'm ready for it.
Right. Well, that concludes our Ask a Villager, the questions I was going to ask you today, Terry.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for agreeing to be on.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a great guest.
Thank you.
And please, hopefully you listeners will like the content that Tina and I bring to you. We work with great passion to bring you things that we hope that you'll really enjoy. And we get a big jolt out of it when we get a new subscriber or hear your commentary or if you share a video out. So please don't be afraid to do any of that good stuff. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the Lanai.
All right. Bye.